All right, hello everyone, welcome to the Rift. Today we've got some cards, quite a lot of cards. All right, everything looks good. Tell me if something breaks because I haven't streamed in a while. I might have missed something. How you guys doing? Let me switch music over because I always forget to do that. There we go. Okay. I've seen these two. I've seen a couple of the Chinese reveals, but there are a lot of these cards I have not seen yet, so let's go. I've seen Treasure Hunter. This is good. 2 energy, 1 bite, purple unit. When I move, play a gold gear token exhausted. Yeah. Gold generation seems like to be a big theme in this set, and yeah, I mean, like, it's basically Soaring Scout, but in purple, and maybe a little better because you can combo with it, move it like multiple times, get multiple gear, but I think most of the time it's just gonna go on a field, make a gold, and then die, like Scout does. So definitely good card. I think a lot of decks are probably gonna want this. We'll see though. We'll see how much gold synergy there is. But yeah, this card has a ton of potential. Pretty good. Where's the Orn Leaks? We don't have any Orn cards. Maybe. Where? These, okay, yeah. We have 1 Orn card. Which isn't really an Orn card, it's a Kaisa card. So, I don't really have any cards for Orn yet. Yeah, Treasure Hunter seems really good. Gold synergy. Gold in general is just good. We don't know what gold is. I think it's up here. All the way up here. Yeah. It's just a power. It's like a one-time use seal. That's it. Which is still really good. Honest Broker. I've seen this card. 2 energy, 2 might. Death Knell, play a gold. Same thing, but as a Death Knell, and it's got 2 might. I think most of the time this is just going to be better than Soaring Scout. The 2 might I really value a lot. I find that Scout just is really underwhelming in general. It's really good turn 1, but past that it just really doesn't get much value. So I think having the extra might is quite nice. And yeah, gold. If there's a lot of gold synergy in this set, it's really good. Otherwise, it's still pretty good because gold is just nice. Having an extra power is good. There's no restrictions on it either, like with Kaisa and Orn, so you can use the gold for anything. Yeah, good card. Definitely very good. Buru Captain. This guy is 3 energy and an orange power for a 3 might. Okay, a bit expensive. Would you play me? You may draw 1 or buff me. Okay. I wish this guy had 4 might. So that way you could trigger Fiora's effect. Is this good in set? Probably, honestly. Set really doesn't have much card draw. But it's so power hungry. This might be good in set. Yeah, I'll have to try this out. This looks like it could have potential. The draw or the buff is really nice. Yeah, this card seems decent. I'll have to try it out and see how it feels, though. Yeah, I really wish it was 4 and 4, so you could trigger Fior's effect by itself. That would be really nice. It seems okay. Sets you turn behind from Brawler. You play it going second. Yeah, I don't really think you play this guy turn 1. It seems like a turn 2 and beyond play to me, because recycling power turn 1 is just really expensive. Yeah. Brawler turn 2 going second is how you stabilize a lot of matchups. It's a really important play to me. So yeah, I wouldn't really play this guy turn 1. Unless you just, like, brick. And you have to. Yeah, seems like it could be decent. Jawfish! Okay, this guy is super expensive. 7 energy and 2 power for a 6 might. Accelerate. Yeesh. Are you paying 3 power for this guy? Oh, I cost 2 less for each of your mighty units. Okay. Okay. Now we're talking. That's a lot of power, though. That's a lot of power. Junk. I don't know if it's junk, but it requires a lot of setup. How much of a discount do you need to feel good about playing this guy? 6 might accelerated. Playing that at a decent value is like 6 or 7 energy and a power. If it costs 3 power. Yeah, I don't think I'd ever play this guy on any turn except the last turn of the game. It's like Kraken Hunter, but better if you have board setup and a lot worse if you don't have setup. Win more card? Yeah, it is seeming like that. If you have a board setup for this guy, why do you really need this guy? I'd rather just slam a Primal Strength. That card's way better than this, and it provides the same-ish amount of might directly into combat. Just dies too easy to Falling Star. Well, you're never playing this guy and passing. This is an endgame play. You play this on the last turn, or he sucks. This would be a finisher. Which, if that's the case, I think I'd rather just play Primal Strength, like, every time instead of this guy. Called shot 0. 0. Okay, a power. Action. Repeat for a power. Look at 2. Huh? Okay. This card's insane. This is the best card in the set. Cards have high power costs this set because of gold generation. Maybe, but I think, like, bang for your buck value for what you're getting. Something like this guy is still just outclassed by Primal Strength. This card's insane though. This is the best card in the set. I'd be surprised if something beats it. Just a power for look at 2, take 1. It's also a recycle trigger. You can play it twice, so you look at 2, take 1, and then do it again. So this is a better version of Pot of Greed. That sounds good to me. I don't know about you, but I like Pot of Greed, and this is potentially better. Okay. Nocturne card? Yeah. I mean, if you hit Nocturne off of this, probably just win. But, yeah. If gold generation is really easy to do and consistent to do, this card is literally free. So, yeah, that's insane. Like, if you just play this guy, get a point, it dies, get a gold, who cares? Get to play Gitaxian Probe. Sure. Why not? Like, there's almost no reason not to play a purple deck. I mean, consistency in a deck is only as good as the cards you can draw. If your deck is super consistent, but what it does consistently isn't that strong, then the deck still isn't that good. When consistency becomes a problem is when you can consistently do something stupid. So, yeah, Aurora. Yeah, this is 0. You can just, even if you don't have any gold, you just, when you're at 9, you can look at 4, get Aurora, and still play it. That's really stupid. Does Teemo have good gold generation? You have this. Do you play this in Teemo? Maybe. Oh yeah, you have that blue 2 drop. Wondering Poro. Yeah, Teemo has good gold generation. This card is just free. Wonder what orange purple Aurora on curve percent is with 3 cold shot. I can check. Approximately. I can't check exactly because that's a very complex equation that we don't have time for. Deck size 40 minus chosen champ 39. We've got 3 Auroras. We get 4 for opening, 2 for mulligan, 1 for draw, 7. Then 2 more turns later, 3 more turns. 3 more turns, so 10 cards total that we've drawn. And we have stack deck in this, which is like 6 cantrips. At least 1 Aurora. 2/3. It's pretty good. It's going to be better than this because this only assumes that stack deck and cult shot draw a single card, which they're better than that. So the actual probability is going to be better than this. Maybe 70%? Maybe even better than that, but That's about an approximation. And you have more, don't you? You have... what's it called? Confront? Is there another cantrip that you can play in orange purple? I'm not an Aurora player. I haven't. Yeah, there is. There's Scrap Heap. Like 80%. Okay, well, we're getting to stupid numbers. Three stack deck, 3 call shot in every purple deck. Basically, yeah. In addition to this guy to facilitate getting it power easier. Yeah, if this isn't the best card in the set, I don't know how insane something they need to print would be, but it would be absurd. 313 messages. Okay. World Atlas. 3 energy blue equipment. Just the normal equip cost of power. When I hold, play 2 gear tokens exhausted. 2 gold gear tokens. Okay. +2. This card's good. There's a lot of gold generation. This is... I really wish this had quick draw for Renata, so you could play it in response to stuff, but I think it's still fine. Like, turn 1, you play a unit, like Ravenbloom or whatever, you push it to a field. Turn 2, and you play this onto it. It's a 4 might base holding, and you have spells up as well because you have 1 energy. Stupefy, you can potentially have 6 total holding, 5 with Ravenbloom and -1, so net 6. Yeah, this seems pretty good. And you trigger Renata and you trigger this, you get 3 gold. Getting 3 after a hold is a lot. Yeah. Yeah, I like this card. That seems pretty good. Altar of Memories. A gear, just a normal gear. Equipment. When a friendly unit dies, it exhausts me to draw 1 and put a card from hand on top or bottom. Okay, so it's filtering. It's not draw. If it were just draw, this card would be very good. I think this is... it's okay. We don't really have combo yet. We don't really have insane stuff to dig for. Like, Victor does want to dig, because it relies kind of heavily on single cards to do its plays, like Watcher, Stratagem, maybe Time Warp or something. So digging for those cards does help it, but I think you have better ways of drawing in blue-yellow. Especially in Victor, because Cole can kill your tokens to draw easily. Yeah, I don't know. This seems okay. Until we get, like, combo or something that can abuse this. Yeah, just 2 energy is not much to pay, but... I think it's... just eh. I think out of all the card draw options that Victor has access to, There's just better stuff than this. Too bad it's order. Putting the Nocturne back on top would have been nice. Or getting yellow-purple in set 4. So, you will be able to do that. And then you could play a stack deck and reveal the Nocturne. That's a nice combo. Baited Hook, putting targets from hand. Oh yeah, Hook. Yeah, actually, you're right. I didn't think about that. You can pick what you want with Hook, as long as you draw it. There might be something there, yeah. Yeah, I can see that working out. That's cool. It's a neat combo. Yeah, cool. If this card isn't good now, I think it has potential for the future. Stacking deck and cycling for cards is ever bad, especially for just 2 energy. So, it might not be good now, but I think this card will have its time at some point. As long as something better doesn't come along, which probably will. EF Sword. This is 4 energy, yellow gear, equipment, normal equip cost of a power. It certainly is big. Okay. Just +3. Very basic equipment. I wish this costed 3 so you could play it turn 2 with Azir and still make the token. You can only do that going second with this. I mean, it's an Azir card, so... You make a 5 might body for 5 with this? It probably goes into Azir. But... Other than Azir, I don't know. Seems just okay. Very basic card. Warmogs. 1 energy, gear, equipment, same equip power. When I conquer, buff me. Okay. See, the problem with this in set is that you want to buff before you go into combat. And orange set already buffs him on Conquer. So this is really just for your other units, which you have ways to buff already pre-combat. You have to pay a power to attach this. I can see this being like neat with Lucian. Yeah, I don't really know if set wants this though. It's not bad. Good on Lee Sin, surely. See, the problem with that is that Lee is bad. I've just never really seen anyone play him. Maybe Lucian or Jax, yeah. With Jax, if you have guys that have effects that trigger when they get buffed, yeah, this can be pretty good in Jax. Get to equip for 1 energy. You can do some neat stuff. Like, if this is equipped, you throw a guy into combat, it gets buffed. You use Jax to slide it over to another guy, go into another combat, it gets buffed too. So there's some neat tricks you could do with this. What do we have that triggers effects when it gets buffed? We have Fiora. The old Fiora. Is that like it? Yeah, I can't really think of anything else. Yeah, we'll have to see other stuff. This could have some nice synergy, but we'll have to see. It is just a one-drop equipment, so it's not bad. New Fiora? Alright, we'll get there. Yone! 5 and a power for 5. Okay. Weapon Master, that's nice. That's good. When I conquer an open battlefield, deal damage equal to my might to an enemy unit in a base. Well, this card is just dumb. What? Huh? Guys, this is Falling Star on a body. So, the best you can do with him is play him turn 2 going second. He gets equipped by himself for free, so you can potentially put him out of Falling Star range, right? Do we have a 2 might equipment? What's the shield? Blade. We have Blade. Dorn's Blade. Yeah, he goes to 7. He's out of Falling Star range. And then next turn, you have to conquer an open field, specifically. So, if your opponent wants to play around that effect, they have to put things on battlefields so you can swing over them anyway. And if they have anything in base, yeah, this card is very strong. Yeah, even with the Dorn's Blade, he deals 7 to something in base. That's just kind of crazy. I don't think there's a unit in the game that can get big enough to survive that currently from turn 2. Like if you go second with this guy, it'd be turn 3, I guess. You go second with this guy, you play him on turn 2, after your opponent's developed like a 2-drop and whatever else. Then next turn, if they want to play around this, they have to put both their units on fields, which sucks for them. Unless they're playing, I don't know, Victor. But if they play Victor, then they have to go wide and not develop tall, because this guy just kills something. And you can clear battlefields before you attack with this guy, so he gets his effect off on an open field. There's no shot this card is not good. This has to be good. This isn't once per turn as well. If you can conquer with him and ready and conquer again, you can snipe 2 things for like 5+. That is insane. Yeah, this card is very good. Yeah, he's really good. Like, I don't know what else to say, man. He's just really good. Lucian's signature? Okay, yeah. Jax as well. Okay. 4 and an orange power for Jax. He's 3 might. Those stats suck, but he is weapon master. And when you attach an equipment to me, you may pay 1 to draw 1. Okay, well, he's a draw engine in Jax. In your command zone as your chosen champion. So in your command zone in Jax, you have draw power for cheap and mana cheating. So this deck is seeming really good. And you have Yone. Yeah, Jax is looking very strong. So if you go second with this guy, and you don't draw Yone, you can just play him, he equips himself, and you get to draw. That seems good. And Jax Legend can shuffle equipment around, so you can trigger this guy a bunch. Isn't this just absurd, not being once per turn? You get a free draw off Jax Legend. Well, it's not free, it's 1 energy, draw 1 from Jax Legend, just shuffling an equipment around. Can you slide equipment over using their own effect? I don't really know if I've seen that question answered yet. Like, if you have an equipment on 1 unit, can you pay this equip cost to put it from 1 unit to another unit? Or do you just have to do that with Jax's Legend, and that's the only way you can do that? Because this card gets insanely more busted if you can just slide your equipment around by themselves. Already, I think it's really good. Even if you can't do that. Only with Weapon Master? Oh, okay. Even then, this guy's still strong. You just get 2 equipment on the board, and you start to draw a bunch of cards. You get to draw 1 card every turn off Jax's Legend for just 1 energy. Yeah, this card is very good. Yeah, and you can make a Tron deck with this guy and just draw a billion cards if you soup this guy up with a ton of equipment. That's kind of funny. Okay, Premonition. 2 and 3 power. That is extremely expensive. Reaction, draw 3. Okay. Well, with Kaisa, this is 2 and 2. Kaisa doesn't need any draw power, though, so... In Renata, though, this is going to be insane. If you can make a bunch of gold, then this is just 2 energy, draw 3. At reaction, which is very good. But if you're paying the actual cost for this, it sucks. That's a lot of power to pay just to draw cards. You don't really want to be doing that. Yeah, in Renata, if her deck is actually gonna like work and function properly and get the gold that it needs to consistently, this card can be very good. That's a very good payoff for Renata to have. Especially if it's more like a control deck, like a slower deck, getting card advantage is super important. Very strong for that kind of archetype. Yeah, this card definitely has potential. Two energy, draw 3. If it is that cost that you're paying is extremely strong. Yeah, Renata's looking a lot better now that we're getting some support for her. I don't really know if this card's going to go into anything else, though. 3 power is a lot. Like, Teemo doesn't want to spend power on this because it has this to spend power on. And Kaisa doesn't need draw. Treasure hoard. Okay, battlefield. When you conquer here, you may pay 1 to play a gold. Okay, that's very good. That might just be an auto-include in every deck that cares about gold. Would like to see control of the format. Having good resources for the removal and card draw is a good step. Yeah. I think Renata's getting better. We still need to see good control tools for her and good defensive options to try and actually hold against all the aggressive power that we have in the format. Kind of the same boat with Ezreal. He needs better control tools, but we'll see. I don't think we've seen many except that Ornn one. Yeah, this card's very good. This probably just goes in every deck that cares about gold, I would imagine. Even Renata. Yeah, probably Renata as well. Very good card. Yeah, like every card we've seen so far has been either insane or pretty good, except like this guy. Maybe this as well. Maybe that's just a little too expensive. Okay. Where are these ones? I think I've skimmed through these briefly. Like I saw the jank Google Lens translation or whatever. So let's actually read them. When one of your units gains mighty, you may pay a power, specifically a yellow power, to ready them. Okay, that has potential. It's kind of free because of yours legend, so just a free ready. That seems nice, and as a turn 1 play going second, that's pretty good. Even going first on turn 2. Not bad. She also triggers herself. So you can put Doran's Blade on her and attack immediately from the champion zone on turn 2. So you can double conquer consistently on turn 2 going first. That seems very good. She's gonna eat falling stars. Well, yeah, but if you put Doran's Blade or something on her, she has to eat both pings. Yeah, this is definitely a good card. Also a very good chosen champion to have. If you are just gonna play her every game from Chosen Champion Zone, then you don't really need to play 3 or 4 drops in the deck. You probably still will, but you don't have to. You have her. So you do always have a play. Turn 2 going first, or turn 1 going second. which could open up deck building a lot for her. Yeah, this is definitely an interesting deck to try and mess around with. I think there's a lot of neat stuff this can do. Yeah, very good chosen champion, very good card. I think this is going to be pretty good. Okay, the Ornn card, that's not actually an Ornn card. Bellows Breath. 1 energy and 1 blue power for a spell with action. And it's got repeat for the same cost. Deal 1 damage to up to 3 units at the same location. I mean, this is okay. It triggers Ezreal, which is nice. And it kills Victor tokens and 1 bite stuff, which is nice. Yeah, it just seems okay. You can't target 1 unit 3 times. It has to be up to 3 separate units. If you could, that would be absurd, but you can't do that. Yeah, it seems niche to me. I think, like, maybe sideboard. Probably not, though. There's probably better stuff. It seems okay. In Kaisa, it's like 2 energy, 1 power to deal 2. And Ray is just way better. Falling Star worth of resources. I mean, it's total stacks, but you have to target different stuff. And often in this game, your opponent's just going to have like 1 thing attacking or defending, so I read this as like deal 2 damage to a unit at a battlefield, and sometimes better. Like if you're trying to push for game specifically and your opponent's stacking a bunch of stuff, yeah, this is better. But Falling Star is just way better of a card than this is. Surprised how many reveals we got. Yeah, I think it's condensed a lot into just 2-ish weeks, maybe 3-ish weeks this time, so yeah, we're getting a lot today. We're getting a lot Wednesday and Friday, and then after that, probably not as much. Void Gate. Yeah, I guess you can side this in when you're switching to Void Gate, and it's a lot better. I can see that working out. But if you're not on Void Gate, I don't think you want this. Kaisa just has better options. All of her removal spells are just better than this. But Ezreal might want this though, because it does draw a card. This is Legend. Okay, Boots. Just 3 energy for an equipment. Purple equipment, it's got the same equip cost as everything, yep. +2 might and ganking, not bad, just another very basic equipment. Let me look up all of the equipment legends that we have real quick. One sec. Aurelia. Okay. Yeah, giving ganking to something can be really good in that deck. That is definitely true. Yeah, this might be really good in Aurelia, but might also be just a bit too expensive. We'll see. Aurelia already has a lot of good equipment options, but ganking is really nice. That's basically the only deck this would go in. Maybe Sivir, but I don't know. Piercing Light. Okay, 2-unit power. Or just a normal spell, no action or reaction. It's got repeat for the same cost. Deal 2 to unit at a battlefield, and then deal 2 to up to 1 other unit. Anywhere. Other unit. Okay. So it's not just Falling Star again. But it's still very good. It's not an action though. Deal 4 damage for just 2 energy and no power in Kaisa is pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. It's not an action though. And it's got repeat, so for 4 and a power, you deal 4 and then deal 4. Yeah, this card's good. Okay. Yeah, this card's really strong. If it didn't have repeat, I think it'd be pretty weak, but 4 and 4 is quite nice numbers to hit. That kills anything on battlefield and like a Kiana or an unbuffed Fiora in base from set. Very good. Yeah, this card's strong. Even outside of Kaisa, it might see some play. Okay, we've got... Is this a shovel? What is this? An arrow? Last right. It's a gear equipment for 3 energy. Purple. Just equip it for a purple power, seems everything. And recycle 2 cards from discard, right? Is that its equip cost, or is that what it does? I think that's its equip cost. Equip for a power and recycle 2 from discard. When a holder conquer, you may play a unit from discard. That doesn't ignore its costs. So, it's just like... card draw? Basically. But from only dead units. Seems okay. Some equipment. York Shovel. Hello, Richard Nixon. This one, we already have this spell that's 2 energy that gets a unit back from discard, which is basically the same effect as this. But you can only do this on hold or conquer specifically, so there's more restrictive timings for it. But it's a gear, so it stays around and you could potentially use this multiple times. Graveyard tap for death now in the future set. Yeah. Yeah, the card we already have that gets back from discard is already more versatile than this is. Because it doesn't have specific timing restrictions. But this card potentially could be used multiple times in its equipment, so we'll see. It has potential. I'll say that. This card has potential. But if it will be good or not, I don't know. I'm leaning towards no. Okay, Rek'Sai. Seen this one already. 5 energy and a yellow power for a 5 might, or yellow unit. When I attack, you may choose to reveal the top 2 cards of your deck. You may choose 1 to play it and recycle the rest. Okay. If you play this card this way, you may choose to play it here. So basically, like, this can attack for 5 and then have an ambushing guy join it from the top of the deck, which is kind of cool. Yeah, this is definitely neat. I don't know if we've seen any, like, when you reveal me from the top of the deck effects yet, but this could also trigger that. Same with Rek'Sai's Legend. It's more card draw in a deck that already has tons of card draw. So maybe you just build super low to the ground, a low energy curve, and just spam bodies with this deck. Seems very interesting. It's a pretty strong attack trigger. Yeah, it does seem very good. Here that puts cards on the top. Oh yeah, we do have that. If that's the best way we have of putting cards on the top of the deck, I'm going to be a little disappointed because it's not that strong. Yeah, you would have to have a unit die on your turn and then attack with Rek'Sai to trigger this. To trigger Rek'Sai's effect to get any stacking value out of this. So you'd potentially have to like sack one of your own units into combat to trigger this. Because if you trigger this on your opponent's turn, you just draw the card you put on top. But that doesn't work. So we need a spell that puts cards on top of the deck. If we get that, Rek'Sai is cooking very hard. Yeah, this is definitely not a bad card, I'd say. Seems pretty good. I think its stats and cost are fine. Yeah, it seems decent. Again, another great play going second turn 2. Seems very good. Nice falling star, but everything does, so who cares? Okay, Purple Draven. I think I've seen this guy. Yeah, he gives extra points, which is funny. He's got deflect. When I win a combat, first time each round, gain a point. When I die in combat, your opponent gets a point. It's definitely interesting. I don't know if this is gonna be good. The red Dravens just seems way better as chosen champion. It seems a little gimmicky. Great finisher. Yeah, I guess you can like you can play him for 6 then immediately move him for more, but are you gonna have that? much energy. And you need to actually win the combat as well. So if your opponent is holding with a pretty good defense, then not going to be able to break through with just 6. I mean, if this guy can do his thing and stick around, he's really good. Yeah, very high risk, high reward, it seems like. Your opponent can also win off of this effect, which is funny. As a finisher, maybe. Yeah, because you just have to conquer with him when you're at 6 and then you win. Right? Is that how that works? I don't actually know if that's the correct order. If you conquer with him, do you gain a point and then trigger this effect? I think so. I don't actually know. Because if you trigger this effect and then win the combat, and then get the point after, then you can't actually win the game with him. In which case, I think he's kind of useless. Yeah, I'm not sure how that ordering works. I'm sure I can just look it up in the doc. Hello? Oh, I spelled it wrong. Okay. Resolution step. Perform cleanup. Invoke special cleanup. Heal. Recall. Okay. Remove attack and defending designations. Clear battlefield. Tested. Okay. When do you win combat here? Is it here? If you win the combat here, and gain a point from Draven, you then conquer afterwards, I think. So he would not be able to win the game. It's not a conquer effect. If it were a conquer effect, yeah, if it were unconquered, you'd earn the point, then trigger the conquer effect, and then score a point to win. But I don't actually know when you're counted as winning combat exactly. It sounds like it happens right here. Because this is how Draven says combat is won. I don't know, we're gonna have to get actual confirmation on that. Okay, Whispering Wing, this is a 2-drop unit. 2 energy, 1 bite, purple, hidden, When you play me, return another 3 might or less character from a battlefield to hand. Okay. That's potentially an extremely strong tempo play. Yeah, that could be very good. You can just play him in base and bounce something. Or you can use him as a gust if he's hidden. That's cool. Yeah, this card seems good. Yeah, I like this guy. Loyal Hound. Okay, 3 energy, 3 might, purple unit. When you defend a battlefield, you may move me there. This seems bad. You could just play him there. Okay. What's the point of this card? Purple is so much disruption now. Yeah, purple is seeming like the best color. More and more. The problem is legends. Teemo's alright. Relia seems very strong, but she's not exactly a defensive disruptive deck. She's very offensive. Very proactive. Combo-y. He can defend 2 battlefields at once. If he lives, sure. But why would you do that? I mean, if your opponent allows that to happen, they're just bad. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think this card's that good. I think you have better plays for 3. Okay, Rel. I think this is the equip herself card. Yeah. 4 energy red unit for 4 might. With tank. When I attack, you may play a 2 cost or less equipment from hand, ignoring all costs, and put it on B. Yeah, this card seems good. Yeah, you can put Axe on this for free. You can put Longsword on this for free. Yeah, that seems very strong. Just cheat an equipment into play. That's good. Move from one battlefield to another without exhausting. When you defend, allowing you to score a conquer point? No, you wouldn't be able to because you're defending. When you defend a battlefield, doesn't mean open battlefield, it's in combat. You already have to have a unit there. In which case, why wouldn't you just play him onto the battlefield? Yeah, Rel seems extremely good. That is just a free equipment. Okay, and a free equip cost. Yeah, that... Okay. Draven loves that card. And it doesn't cost any power. Yeah, that's a strong card. Draven's gonna definitely love that. Strike down. 3 energy and an orange power for a spell. No action or reaction. Choose a friendly equipped unit and deal damage to its might to another opposing unit. Then unequip the equipment on the chosen character. Okay, there's a spell like this in Runeterra. This seems like it potentially have some uses. Like, we already have challenge, which is an action and cheaper, and it doesn't have the restriction of needing something to be equipped. But this is potentially decent. It can base snipe. Jax can put the equipment back on. Yeah, this has potential, but challenge just seems better. Yeah, it seems decent. It's 3 energy and a power for removal spell, but it's a very conditional removal spell, so the cost is nice, but the conditions are quite strict. If you draw 2 of them, you can probably just kill any unit in the game, which is kind of funny. I think challenge is probably just better. But it's definitely not bad. Definitely not bad. If it were an action, I think it would be a lot better. A lot better. But then this guy... I've seen this guy before. Switcheroo. 2 energy and 2 purple power for a spell. It's got hidden and action. Swap. Yeah, it just swaps 2 units' mites on the same battlefield. It seems very strong. I'm gonna be honest, very strong. For 1 power as a hidden, you just win combat. Your opponent swings a Watcher into a guy with 1 might, and you just kill the Watcher. Yeah. Very strong card. Purple is getting a ton of very strong defensive hidden cards. Whispering Wind seems very good. This seems very good. Teemo gets more annoying? Yeah. Yeah. And Draven too? Well, Draven probably doesn't really care about this because those guys are gonna be big. But definitely Teemo. This is gonna be extremely annoying in Teemo. Like, when your opponent plays a hidden card in Teemo, and they have a guy with, like, low might total, like, what do? They could have this, so if you just ship a guy with, like, 3 might or something, it just gets bounced. They could have this, so if you commit more might, it just dies. They could have fight or flight, so if you commit too much, it just goes back to base. But if you don't commit enough, it just gets bounced. So, yeah. Lots of stuff to play around. Timo looking very good. Very, very good. Next set. It's already pretty good now. But the draw card, the 2-drops that make gold, these cards all seem extremely good. Yeah, it stops basically any big attack with a single unit that your opponent could possibly throw at you. They could already do that with Fight or Flight, but this also kills the unit, which is really stupid sounding. 1 power hidden card, kill a unit, seems dumb. And if the might lasts for the rest of the turn, that is crazy. Yeah, this card's insane. That's crazy. Yeah, you could swap my totals with friendly units too, I guess, if you want to. Or swap 2 enemy units' stat totals. I wonder how this works with equipment. Yeah, definitely extremely strong card. Do we have anything else? You can check the card gallery. Lots of very good cards today. Lots of insanely strong cards. Oh my. The set is looking crazy. We might just have an entirely new format in set 2. Spiritforged. Okay, they have all the blank spots on here now. I've seen all these before. I don't think I've talked about this one yet, maybe. Here to help, 2 energy, 1 power orange spell. With hidden, it's also got action. You may play a unit from your hand to a battlefield you control, reducing its cost by 3. Seems okay. You can kind of tell what your opponent is going to be able to put on the field with how much energy they have open. Just going to play anything purple, to be honest. Yeah. Me too. I'm probably playing Draven. The Bryn here combo. I know, yeah, but that requires your opponent to start a chain. So if they know you're playing this, they can just play stuff and then attack. You also have to specifically draw both cards, or Bryn here does nothing. Yeah, it seems okay. Maybe it'll be super busted in the future, who knows? I don't think it's gonna see play right now, though. Already seen these. looks like they don't have all the reveals up on the card gallery yet, so I'm assuming that's all we're going to get today. Yeah, a lot of extremely strong cards today. A lot of extremely strong cards. This guy is insane. Completely insane. This guy's very strong. Jax is looking like a very good deck. Some very strong stuff for other decks as well. This might be the best card in the set. Potentially the best card in the game if it's just free all the time. Yeah, very strong. Lots of good stuff today. Okay, I don't think we're gonna have anything else. I think today's stuff is done, so I'll be back Wednesday with a bunch of stuff. We're gonna have a ton of card reveals Wednesday and Friday as well. Probably similar amount as what we had today. There's a ton of influencers and the Chinese and English socials themselves posting cards as well, so yeah, lots of good stuff. Alright, I think I'm gonna head out. That's a bunch of good stuff today. I'm gonna be excited to brew decks. I'm probably just gonna end up playing Draven. He seems really good, but we'll see. Alright, thank you guys for watching, and take care.